going, guys? Boy Joey 672 coming to you guys with a video right now. Kind of want to go over this team, where we're kind of at right now at this point of the season. I understand that we win against this isn't a preview for the Giants. This is just talk about the state of this team and what I've been liking about it so far. You beat the Giants this week. You win the NFC East. You go to the playoffs. A lot of things are in motion. This team was very hyped up before the season started. One of the deepest teams in the league, and turned out to be one of the not so deepest teams in the league with the injury bug going around. Malik Jackson was a huge loss to us on the defensive line this year. Corey Clement is not even in this offense anymore. Darren Sproles was brought back. Boston Scott never got his chance. Mike Rowe became the offensive coordinator. Everyone was so worried about Carson Wentz, if he was going to stay healthy a whole season. And things just started to not go the way it should have went this year. And Alshon Jeffrey partially hurt pretty much all year. Not doing well. Not really being that same player. I've seen that he doesn't really have the fire in him this year. I don't know why, but it just seems like there just hasn't been any fire inside his eyes when he's playing. Nelson Agholor has had his chance when everyone pretty much was, the whole wide receiver core was pretty much hurt week 2 of the season. Nelson Agholor got his chance last year of his contract. Eagles paying him $9.3 million this year. This could be for him working towards a contract, and that didn't happen. He missed pretty much a touchdown, the winning touchdown drive, a wide open catch on the sideline that would have got him a touchdown. Vikings game, he missed another shot. He can't get separation. He can't get open. I don't know what the issue is with him, but this is why, the Eagles kept these guys playing. I don't know why. Alshon Jeffrey kept playing. I don't know why. Even partially hurt, kept playing. Then the Philadelphia Eagles, kept Matt Collins on the team. Hasn't done a damn thing. Didn't catch a ball since September. Still hasn't caught a ball. I mean, he actually caught more with the Miami Dolphins. They're actually doing stuff with him. But never mind with that. We were having issues all year. And all of a sudden, the burner accounts for Nelson Agholor and all this drama, these rumors about that certain players don't want to play with Carson Wentz, that they don't like the way he's been playing. And, as soon as Nelson Agholor and Alshon Jeffrey were out of this offense, all of that stopped. The Eagles started putting in their young guys because literally they had no choice. And the first move that they did make was get rid of Matt Collins. That was the most important, because why do you keep a guy on the roster that's not even making a catch? Okay, so he's gone, and they got rid of him. So that was a good sign for good things to come. And I thought, let's see what they do next. Then, secondly, they put in the young guys. And to be honest with you, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside hasn't got, he needs more games. As of today, he still needs more games. What he's playing now is nothing compared to, he needs a whole offseason with Wentz. He needs a whole offseason and to, get into next year and do good things, because he's not playing bad. I think, as of right now, I still don't think he knows the whole playbook 100%. I still think, the talent is there. The talent is there. The catches that he does make, he gets open. And for a guy that has that Alshon Jeffrey size, I think he's got longer arms, bigger hands, a better track of the football. And can go out and get open for Wentz. And he's done that, okay? So as long as he's putting in some work, I know he's not getting 60-yard bombs. I know that he's not getting 100 yards receiving. But if he's producing, you keep him on the field regardless. Then you go to Greg Ward, a guy that came from the University of Houston. I mean, a guy that was a quarterback in college, a guy that came to the league, was cut by the Eagles 3 times. 3 times, and didn't make it out of training camp. And Doug has mentioned this, I think it was like last week, he mentioned that, Greg Ward would have made the team, but unfortunately we had injuries on other positions, and we had to fill those spots with other guys from other positions. So, we had Jeffrey, we had Nelson. I mean, we pretty much were pretty loaded at that point during the beginning of the season. But Greg Ward has come in with a hunger, has come in with literally fire in his eyes that he does not give up. The yards after catch, when he catches an open space, he's getting more yards and he goes around defenders. I mean, Nelson Aguilar couldn't even do that. Couldn't get separation. Couldn't even make a catch and get separation around his guy. I mean, maybe in 17 he did. Maybe last year he did a little bit because it was a little bit of a down year last year, but still a pretty good year, a productive year. And then this year came and, Nelson just couldn't get it done. And look at Greg Ward. Look what he's doing. You pretty much found your future slot receiver. What is he, 24 years old? He went to the AAF this past year. That did not last, and he came back. So he's had a pretty good learning experience in the league, and I think he loves being with this culture and this team and with these guys. You can't really complain about what he's done. And I was so excited. I know he dropped it. It was like a few weeks ago. I think the first Giants game, he dropped one in the end zone. I was like, damn, he was wide open. A guy kind of shouted over him a little bit in the end zone. But, I said, you know what? Give him more games. Give him more reps because it seems like the guy can get separation when you put him on a slant. When you put him, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. It's insane. It really is. And he fights hard and he does what he has to do. And this is what the Eagles should do. I'm looking at guys like DK Metcalf that we could have drafted. I'm looking at guys like A.J. Brown from the Titans. I mean, there are receivers that were drafted in the second round that are producing more than what we should have been doing with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside earlier this year. And J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, like I said, he has the talent. The problem is playbook, reps. It's late in the year when he just started playing. So a whole offseason with Wentz, a whole offseason. Wentz needs to get his boys together, go to wherever the hell, the country, wherever the hell, the plains, wherever the hell you want to go to throw the football around and go do that. Greg Ward, I've never been so excited about this so much, this receiver core. Look at Robert Davis. That we acquired we brought him up. He came from the Redskins. An Alshon Jeffrey possession type receiver. Robert Davis hasn't made many catches when he has his chance, but when he gets his chance, he had a first down catch. He had one catch in that Cowboys game. Okay, so what? Guy's producing. The guy got us something. The guy caught a pass. You understand? So it's not about even how many catches that some of these guys are making, but if they're producing, they're getting separation, and they're when they get in for at least a play or two or whatever happens, they're producing. And that's where it matters the most. Robert Davis, whatever. Keep him on the roster. The more competition, the better you're going to have. I felt like after the Super Bowl year, some of these guys just got, like Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, I felt like they've slowed down. I felt like they've just, that inner fight is not there. And I really, during the year when we were just losing and just things were just not happening our way, I just said to myself, like, this isn't exciting. Like, this team is just, it seems like they're dead. It just seems like they're just going through the motions. They're not winning during the week. They're not practicing hard. I don't know what the case is. But as soon as these new guys got into this offense, as soon as guys started coming in, there was a different sight to this team. There was just a smell was in the air. It was just a breath of fresh air just seeing a brand new wide receiver core, all young guys that have been on practice squads, guys that haven't made a name for themselves, guys that are hungry to make a name for themselves, So it was so exciting seeing these guys. I'm like, Robert Davis catches a pass, Greg Ward gets a touch. I mean, it's so nice seeing these guys out on the field. It really is. And then look what happens. Boston Scott paired up with Miles Sanders. Jordan Howard is coming back this week, but Boston Scott, having those two speed backs, having guys that can actually do everything on the field, not just get the ball handed off to them, but you're talking about guys that can catch screen passes, guys that can go out play as wide receivers. That's where this offense is going to go further because we can put these running backs as wide receivers. They can go out for catches, and there's a lot of mismatches for Boston Scott. It's pretty much a Darren Sproles 2.0. When we signed Darren Sproles in the offseason, I was half and half on it. I love the guy, but I was like, do we really need him? And then all of a sudden, I saw Boston Scott in preseason this past year, and he looked phenomenal. He was making guys miss. He was doing good things. But the Eagles said, no. Got to bring back a veteran guy that wants to play on this team. The Eagles have favorited. I don't know if that's a word. But the favoritism of these veterans has been over the young guys. Every other team in the NFL, any other team in the National Football League has started has just put in young guys. You got to see what they can do. And that's what the Eagles have done lately. And look what happens. Guys are hungry. Guys are going. I'm not saying that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's going to start next year. I'm not saying that Greg Ward's going to start next year. But it's looking pretty promising right now. Depending on what this team does in the offseason. But Boston Scott is just a monster. It's literally just a mismatch for linebackers in the passing game. I mean, just everything. Makes guys miss. Boston Scott paired up with Miles Sanders, and look at Miles Sanders. You know, with Jordan Howard out of the mix, he showed us that he can. I honestly think he could be an every down back in the NFL. He really can. Guy can pretty much do anything you want him to do. Reminds me of like a Le'Veon Bell / Yeah, I don't know. It's weird with him. I love the way he plays. The shady-esque. You know, he's got a whole bunch of different running back types in him. But all I have to say about this is that going into this game. And everything else, whatever happens this year, is very promising. We have to go through the struggles for this team to get better. And I think this team got a lot better. This team got a lot better by putting in these young guys. And, you know, I'm not going to go defensively. Defensively, we've kind of been it's either on or off, but Jim Schwartz has been getting these guys prepared very well. But I'm happy with this team right now, and I'm happy with these young guys. It's exciting. It's an exciting feeling to see these young guys out on the field. It's you can't even be upset about it. You can't. It's hard to explain. I mean, it's not hard to explain, but you know what I mean. Like just seeing just new guys on just going out there like, oh, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna make a play. And I'm gonna put it. That's what I want. That's what I want from this team. So. I'm happy with what's going on, and didn't want to make this video too long, but just want to give you my perspective on the young guys in this offense and what we expected and what didn't happen, what did happen, and we got rid of a lot of cancers, and I feel like there's a little bit of some cancer on this team that needs to go next year, and those guys, that's why those guys aren't playing right now, and I'm glad that some of these guys are playing like shit or are injured because I'm keeping these guys I have out right now. Guys like Greg Ward, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Look at Joshua Perkins, third-string tight end. Look what he did during the Redskins game. Or, when he gets his chance, when Joshua Perkins gets his chance, he gets open. Okay, I know we brought in Richard Rodgers this week, so we're going to have 3 tight ends. Zach Ertz with a broken rib, hopefully back in a couple weeks. But as of right now, I feel good in here. I feel good in here about this team. I didn't feel good in here the past few weeks, or before we started this little, after the Giants and the Redskins, and we started getting these clutch wins. I didn't feel good the weeks before. I didn't. I was very lost. I was like, this team has no idea what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. But they started progressing. They started making some moves. Started making some changes. Hey, got to stop with the favoritism. Got to stop keeping the same guys that aren't producing for you. If the guys are injured, bring in the young guys. It ain't gonna hurt. It is what it is. You lose. You win. You win. Got to take a chance. Got to take a risk on young guys. And that's all I got to say. So I will see you guys later. I'll talk to you guys. Shakes what up. Fly, I'll fly.
Let me show you just how far I can go. I've been running away, the only road I know. Misery Ave, yeah, listen to that. That's the sound of all the tears that leaking out of my back. I've been back in the Ville and nothing to feel. Used to be my solace, now it's always stuck in the will. Right up out of my chest, I'm down and out as at best. I'm drowning out with no vest. Don't mean to make you upset, don't mean to make you upset.